How much Spanish do you know, Eric?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't everybody talk at once. Hi, I'm host Eric. Welcome to Talking with Famous People. I'm live streaming, I'm streaming live, and I'm live streaming. That's right. Tonight I'm Talking with Famous People. I host Eric, and my assorted accompanying individuals here will type you, answer all of the world's most burning questions, and explain why too bad you're an INFP. Now, pending the arrival, who's being loud? Thank you, Chloe. Pending the arrival of anybody who'd like to be typed or has specific cognitive function questions that they'd like to have answered. Barring or pending said arrival. Hello there.
What's up, Eric?
Hey,
This is Destiny.
What's up?
Anastasia's sister.
Cool.
We just came up with an awesome idea.
Okay. What was your awesome idea?
We've just come up with this. We want to get leather jackets. On the front, they're going to say Dirty Mind Clubs. On the back, it says Join the Club. We got jackets.
This chick has got to be an ENFP.
She is.
Damn, I called it, nigga.
That is such an NE joke. But okay, you guys have.
You know, everybody says it, but they never did it.
She's probably here. Or probably doing a show.
You guys are generating a shit ton of like background noise and like microphone waggle, like somebody's sitting there going and rubbing the microphone with their fingers or something. Okay. Anyway, I could tell that individual was an NE user immediately, probably an NE Dom, because that is such an NE joke.
She had to be an ENFP. Like, I saw that and I was just like, yep.
The reason it's such an NE joke, ENTP or ENFP might come up with that joke, is that is what makes it funny is that it's telling you to join the club that sounds so tawdry, but the reason it's providing is that we have jackets, which it proves within the jacket itself. And of course, you want it to be jacket. I guess you could say we have sweaters if it was a sweater, but jacket works great. It just rolls, right? That's pure NE humor. I thought it was funny. I bet a lot of other types that don't have any in the Dom Slut did not think that was funny. But I like the idea a lot.
I thought it was a great idea. I was just like, you guys need to do it.
Oh, that's SE. Get your SE out of here. Nobody wants any SE.
No, that's TE. TE just was like, okay, we're going to make a plan. We're going to do it.
Listen, I want to make this clear. This is something I make a mistake a lot, and I wouldn't surprise me other people make the same mistake. I am constantly misreferring to my SE problems as TE problems. Okay? The reality is, TE tells us.
Mute yourself.
All right. TE tells us how we ought to do something. But SE is the process of actually following through with that plan. And so, for me, when I say I've got bad TE, a lot of times the reality is I know how to do this smarter, but I've got bad SE, and I feel like trying to cut corners. I don't want to follow through on this thing. I want to come up with some new thing. Or, you know, it's like I can't even count how many different tools I used to try to strip this deck. I tried this one and that one and then this one, and well, maybe if I like attach a weed whacker to a something or other, then it would work. It's just stupid ass shit. But that's just because it's what we do. We just ideate all the time. We come up with different ideas of ways to do shit, and many of them are terrible. TE helps us to understand which ideas will be terrible if we SE them, if we're attentive to TE concerns. The TE requires mindfulness. It goes, okay, stop, Eric. Don't start moving shit yet. Look, what do I need to think about? Okay, well, where is the stuff going to go? Do I need to pay attention to which object should go first? Or should I just pull stuff from the front of the room? Should I have a staging area? Why and how should I do this in a way that's going to cause me to least frequently scream, "Fuck! I hate this! I tripped over that thing 50 times now." But SE is actually doing it, and that's often the harder problem. I'll think the TE, then I'll think something else, and it'll just slip away from me. Well, the reason I look cute is because I am cute. I was recently named World's Cutest Man. True story. It was a UN resolution, United Nations resolution. The United Nations hereby resolves that host Eric is the world's cutest man. I got second in most adorable.
I got first.
Yeah, I know. Who's the one even suggested you enter? Now I wish I hadn't suggested you enter, right? I thought you had no chance of beating me on adorability, but everybody, even a blind squirrel gets a nut occasionally, as they say. So I'm going to look in the dashboard and see if anybody has written any chat thing. If you have, I will respond to it.
There's nothing there.
There's nothing there, Eric. Stop expecting there to be something there. You're just going to experience disappointment and shame. Nobody wants to watch your stupid live stream, you moron. That's what I hope your mom says to you every morning. Because it's important when we go into face the day that we know deep down that if we make one mistake, it means we're a complete failure. It's that kind of pressure that brings out our best work. That's why self-loathing is at the engine of every good ontology. So, as usual, I'm spitting gold bricks. They're flying around the room, knocking people in the head. They're crossing the tubes of the internet into your home. And what are you doing? You're letting them pile over around your feet for no good reason. I want you, strange new person, not this one. I already got her typed. Somebody I haven't seen before. Come in here. I will type you. Or maybe Kaizo and I will type you. And we'll see who's right and who's wrong. Maybe Kaiser will type you as half INFP, half ESTJ.
We have a question on YouTube.
Oh, cool.
How do you relate to your FI?
Well, I feel much more. I have a much clearer understanding of what it is than I ever have before in my life. But the only reason I can relate to it at all is because I have done so much thinking about it. Introverted thinking is the process of working with logical consistencies and objective approximations of things to figure out how you can get around an inability to understand through some other modality. So TI is super useful like that, but it doesn't help me make FI any more useful to me, but it does make it so that when I'm experiencing feelings, I'll go, that's feelings. Those are introverted feelings right there. I just felt them. It's like okay, well here's a good example, and it's a good way to understand. When I'm experiencing introverted feelings, usually it's like I'll be sitting next to Kimberly and I'll be like, "I love you, Kimberly," and she'll go, "Shh," because she doesn't like the fact she understands what I'm doing, and now I understand what I'm doing, which is I'm experiencing introverted feelings, so I want to run as fast as possible to extroverted feelings, because introverted feelings I don't know what to do with them. And the answer of what to do with them is you're supposed to sit with them. You're supposed to experience them.
Interesting.
In that sense, then, I think I would say for me, how I process introverted feelings is through music. So I've noticed that I have this tendency to listen to very sad, melancholic, or at least very expressive music in the sense of the melodies and the minor scale. So most of the songs I write or listen to, I never listen to major scale music because I feel this happy, weird feeling which I'm uncomfortable with. But the sadness I can process quite well, especially for minor scale kind of music. So I think definitely music is
a good point. I too am very much able to attain the mood of a song as an introverted feeling emotion if I'm attending in that fashion, and it's true that allows us to bridge that gap a bit. But of course, those aren't real feelings. Those are that's a introverted feeling manifestation of an extroverted feeling framework. We're going, these people in this song are sad. They're singing about sad things. I can relate it to myself and feel some introverted feeling of my own that corresponds with their feeling. But those aren't actual feelings. It's not like, I value you, person, because you've been in my life a long time and we've been so intimate together. That's introverted feelings. If we're farming out our feelings to other people's media representations of other people experiencing feelings, then that's a good sign that we've got polar FI.
Oh, wow. But isn't that scary then? Because it shows that, do we truly value the friendships in our circles, or do we use people in order to, I suppose, feel secure in society? Are we not showing some kind of sociopathic tendencies because of the extroverted feeling?
No, we're not. Well, okay, we are sociopathic, sort of, in the sense that at the end of the day, when the chips are falling, I'm quite certain that ENTPs are not afraid to make the tough choices that they have to make without too much
sadness, feeling like you're a piece of crap.
Without too much immediate emotional response. It happens to us down the road. It's very delayed. It takes us a long time to realize that, like, oh, this is that, or this is this, or whatever. But we're not sociopathic because we are acting abstractly first, and then we're checking it for logical consistency. We're probably the most objectively self-critical type, which means we also are the most subject to what I would call the rationalist version of self-loathing, which is not the same thing as depression. It means because we can be so objective and because we act metaphysically, we test out all the different possible conditionality options, we understand and focus on all the ways in which we could interpret those things to our own disadvantage, to our own worthlessness or something like that. And then we think of them in terms of like arguments others might make. And then we try to spike them out or avoid them or whatever. But
why is that different from this depression if it gives the same result?
Because it's not depression. It's self-loathing. It's different.
Yeah.
How?
Okay, well, because you're not necessarily sad when you hate yourself. Like when I was indulging in more self-loathing, I don't really indulge in it much anymore. But when I was, there was always a sense of, well, at least I'm getting justice. You may have failed, Eric, but at least you're going to shame the living shit out of yourself and make yourself feel bad and say awful things to yourself while you're in the shower. And then nobody can accuse you of being unable to be objectively self-critical. You have met your self-criticism burden. It doesn't exactly make you sad. It certainly doesn't exactly make you happy, but it does form a frame that can start to get sticky with the ENTP, which is, I will default to the safest framework of all, which is shred myself for every single little failure so that nobody else can ever call me out on anything.
That's interesting. I would have to agree on that one. But I also think that it causes a bit of issues in terms of social aspects of things, because we're so internally critical that we kind of objectify this behavior or amplify it to other people. And they don't quite understand that we are also self-critical. They only see the part where we are critical of them, and they feel as if we're always criticizing them, even though we're just trying to evolve and grow and categorize systems and information in a more coherent way.
Well,
they take it wrongly in many
that's just
senses.
their inability to distinguish between positions and ontology. Like, there are types that go, well, these are my cherished beliefs, so you must be attacking me. Of course, we're not. And they just fail to understand that me attacking your ideas is not the same thing as me attacking you personally. And when that's the case, then it's time for me to start attacking you personally because you're being fucking retarded.
I mean, yeah, there's elements of that, and it's definitely that inability to separate yourself from your ideas. But I suppose a lot of people feel as if their ideas is their identity because they don't constantly shift from different positionings in a discussion or debate. So they kind of acquire the idea, and that idea becomes themselves. So every time when you attack an idea, it feels as if you're attacking them. Or, for example, ESFJs, when you criticize a piece of their personality, let's say that low TI, they feel very, very heavily attacked because I suppose they see it as a weakness function that...
That's not true.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so. But I will tell you this, ESFJ, well, I mean, me personally as an ESFJ, I guess, if I don't frame critiques well, I don't take them well. I take them like personal attacks, even though they're not.
Oh, okay.
Because even if the person's right on TI grounds, it still has impact on FE grounds. Like, the FE status of who's right, who's wrong is distinct from the ideation parsing of rightness and wrongness.
So therefore it kind of makes a whole conversation or discussion or debate kind of pointless because everyone has a different metric of what's the most important factor in a debate. So if someone is valuing harmony and someone is valuing truth, or then there's already that disconnect or discourse between the two conversations.
But see, here's the thing: there are certain domains that are appropriate for each function, and that's what. And then there's a second factor, which is all discourse must be managed through TI because TI is the understanding of grammatical necessities and definitional necessities and exclusionary relations. In other words, because this is a duck, it can't also be a chicken at the same time. So everybody has to use, everybody's playing on our TI playground when they're having discursive communications. But here's the thing, if you have discursive communications with an FI user, a lot of times it won't turn into parsing. You won't be saying, no, you're wrong because this. They'll be saying something like, I really like going hiking. It would be super fun to go hiking over there to the beautiful lake. And, you know, what are you going to say? No, it wouldn't be fun to go do that. You're just going to go, okay.
Okay. It's cold. It's expensive.
Is there a point here? You know? But for an FI user, the point is to experience the introverted feeling, valuing of that event, activity, person, or whatever they value personally for totally subjective reasons. It doesn't need to be fair. It doesn't need to be argued out. And they don't like to do that sort of process because it runs counter to their fundamentally subjective particularist, every individual is unique, beautiful, perfect, invaluable jewel thing, you know? And so, yeah, there you go.
Yeah. But then technically they're more advanced than us because we're limiting ourselves to what's rational and reasonable. But even before language and communications, we were using a lot of FI to communicate. Just a simple communication between communities and the shared culture, responsibilities, and values. So aren't we kind of the outliers still because we value too much on something that's very cold and unrelated to self?
Okay, well, the answer to that is they're more right in the sense that they're more precise about what the right thing is for them in the moment because it's subjective. But we're more fair because we're concerned about reducing the amount of particularist concerns, namely, like reducing the individual's personal interests from the equation and saying, if none of us had any interest in this at all, what would be most fair? And we determine that by looking to equivalencies and doing definitional parsing and grammatical parsing.
Yeah, I suppose that's true, but I suppose I'm looking at it from a humanistic potential that humans find it difficult to separate themselves from their subjective element of themselves. And I have remembered I've told a few friends that I'm actually pretty objective and unbiased, but they don't understand that concept because for them it's no one can be that unbiased because they focus everything on themselves. So for them to even see things objectively is impossible because they're already so polar in how they view the world.
Okay, well, look, every person is either 3 subjective and 1 objective, or 3 objective and 1 subjective functions. So, in other words,
Yeah.
NE is objective metaphysical action. TI is objective metaphysical legitimization. FE is objective legitimization of motivational systems. And then SI is subjective knowledge. So, in other words, we know by learning shit and remembering shit and keeping track of stuff like that. Our knowledge base is subjective. And so it gives us an unfair advantage when we are arguing with people. Because our knowing anchor is loosey goosey. You know, we acknowledge that memory is not a very good anchor, but our SI tends to pop out shit, just the shit we need when we need it, and we don't remember other things, you know.
No, yeah.
And
the details are not there.
Yeah, and why is that the case? Because our epistemology, our manner of knowing, is honed to in the service of all this objectivity, but is itself fundamentally subjective. And that's why we are seeking, most of all, to know experientially. That is to say, to know our own bodies experientially through good SI, having a cold glass of cool, juicy drink when it's hot outside and I've been working all day. That's good, super satisfying SI that I would never accomplish by myself. If I were not with Kimberly, if I did pour myself a drink, it wouldn't have ice in it. If I pour it at all, I might just drink a can of warm orange soda, you know, or I might just drink water from the hose. I might just be dying of thirst here and continue talking.
That's actually quite strange because we were having this conversation earlier whereby I've been suffering from not eating for the last couple of days properly, and I still haven't actually bought food. The only person who's actually
listen to me. The only one thing you can do right now is an emergency. You're in EDP. You're hungry. You haven't been probably drinking enough liquids either. What you need to do is go ASAP to someplace and eat. Otherwise, you're gonna get super fucking like awful feeling. It's weird. I know. We won't notice it until we discover all of a sudden that we're hella nauseous and about to pass out, and we go, what the fuck's wrong with me?
So it's been actually
16 hours since I ate. Maybe that has something to do with it.
That's actually crazy because whenever I've been out with some friends, like INFJ friends and other kind of friends, when they get hungry, they get hungry and they must seek out food and they actually eat something. When I get hungry, I acknowledge that this hunger, but I forget about it. I don't really.
We don't want to stop playing long enough to eat. That's what it boils down to.
Okay, that's
when
really
I get
interesting.
hungry, I get passive aggressive sometimes.
Oh, okay.
So that makes sense.
Okay, so listen, I'm going to keep the live stream on. You guys are going to have to handle the live stream for a second because I am out of cigarettes. I've got to get more cigarettes. So, live stream audience of 4 people or whatever. These are the resident experts of talking to people. They have all endured so many hours of my voice that they must know everything by now.
Yep.
Hey, Chloe, why does me being passive aggressive when hungry make sense to you?
Oh, because like I get angry when I am hungry too, and like I have this theory that people like I don't know, they just get angry and shit and do a lot of weird shit whenever they're hungry. So it makes sense because that's my way of empathizing with you. Because I get bitchy when I'm hungry, like I'm just like yeah, but I can understand the hangry.
Okay, I'm gonna speculate that with my robot sister here, you do not get angry, you don't get emotional when you are hungry, right?
Who's that? Is
Uh,
am I the robot sister?
Yeah. You sounded like a robot there too.
That's not a very
Uh,
nice thing to say.
No, I can be snappy.
Oh, snappy. Okay.
I think it's a genetic thing, maybe, or maybe it's just a general human thing. I don't
Maybe
know.
you're just hungry.
Yeah. I just get all bitchy and shit, and I'm just like, it's like a giant T-Rex that's just going about and just like wrecking shit.
Yeah, because I was thinking maybe it's an ENTP thing because maybe we sack our SI so much that we don't really recognize that we're hungry. I mean, we know we're hungry. We just don't care enough to actually go find food until we really know that we're hungry. Then we just eat all random crap at random times. We don't respect anything to do with tradition
What?
of eating breakfast or eating lunch. We just eat when we're hungry, if we're hungry, if we find
What? Oh my god.
it.
Whoa, John is in Ohio and he's with him? Oh my god. Holy shit. Mind blown.
Oh wow.
Nah, that's fucking insane.
What's going on?
Nah, John's there with you, dude.
Oh yeah. Did you know what was going on?
Nah, I thought this was his girlfriend or something.
That's my wife's sister, actually.
Ah.
The sister, not the wife.
If you lick me, I swear to God.
Take a time. I do not give a damn about the newest Windows feature update.
So what's it like living with an ENTP now?
On an Adderall, very, very efficient. Shit gets done. It's glorious.
ENTP is God's way of
He's also a damn good cook, so my stomach is like, oh my god.
Cooks better than Anastasia?
Anastasia cooks really good food too. She just doesn't do it very often.
I assumed that things happened. But okay. Hi. Okay. Hi, Julian. Samurai Lord. You know, foolish samurai warrior wielding magic sword. Yeah. Fuck the normies.
Normies are good people too.
You guys look so cute together.
They really do.
Oh my god.
They should be-
Look at y'all.
they should-
Y'all sassy together too.
I'm very cute.
They should get
John,
married.
what do you like about her? Do you like her eyes?
Yeah. I don't really like her, TBH.
I'm not talking to you, Pepsi, whatever your name is. I'm
Cool.
talking to John.
Okay.
I just gotta give it too. They're like right around. But no,
Green and something in there.
Yeah, it is. No, her hair is like fucking blue, purple, green, brown. It's really cool.
Matthew, you're the witness. Is that true?
Witness to what?
Is her hair really those colors?
Yeah.
Is she an ENFP?
or
I'm not
she
really sure what she is at this moment.
or she could be an EINTP.
No such thing.
She's the extroverted version of INFP.
Oh yeah, so that would be ENFP.
I
Full
know,
blown
but I like-
motherfucking ENFP.
I like to make it complicated sometimes.
ENFP and TWFP doing. Okay, I'm not gonna try rapping tonight, but I appreciate other ENFPs. ENFPs that can be magical.
Sometimes things get complicated. John, you're not bad. Okay, you have nice hair, and you have an interesting sense of humor. Like even, I forgot what her name is. Even ENFP/ISFP chick knows what I'm talking about.
Who's the ENFP? What? Okay. Eggs.
Oh my god.
The chat is getting wrecked, yo. It's lit. Cack.
Who is this guy named Pepsi? Pepsi, you remind me of like Schmeagol or some shit. Like from Lord of the Rings.
I've been told that so many times. Oh my god.
He is an
Damn,
ENTP.
John. Damn, John. She's calling that girl a side chick, bro. Shots fired.
Not type.
That's a sidekick.
Exhausted.
Side chick. Damn.
What? What?
What? Bootleg? Really? Really?
Yes. Checked it out.
Can you hear us?
Yes, we can. Very well. In
Alright.
HD.
In HD. You have to
Yeah,
select
TW.
I made a new best friend. I'm
You
so
did?
excited. I finally made a friend after 4 years. I wasn't allowed to have friends. I wasn't allowed to go nowhere. I made a friend.
Hell yeah, girl. Wait, so you live in Ohio?
Yeah.
Dude, you're an
Anastasia's my
ENFP.
sister.
You're an ENFP. I'm an ENFP. We gotta meet someday.
Yes.
Yeah.
ENFP
Yeah.
I
knows.
totally almost hit him in the face.
That's right.
Nah, it would be epic. It would be beyond epic proportions as the two ENFPs meet.
We
There would
walking
be
down the road,
unicorns.
dancing to an awesome song.
There would be unicorns and rainbows and shit.
Hey,
Right?
Hey, Matt.
Teddy bears.
I would
That is my
pina
thing.
coladas.
Oh, God.
Tell him what
This boy is walking through fucking Walmart
Peanut butter jelly.
singing this song
You gotta listen.
as loud as he fucking can.
Walking through Walmart, singing pina coladas as loud as
And I'm just like
Yes.
And you're just
crying
like, oh
in a
my
corner
god.
of my mind and going like, no, my God, why did I do this?
Hey, do you guys want to go to channel 2? It's less busy in there.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Channel
and
2.
Tess is not in there.
Guess we're going to 2.
Why is everybody leaving me?
I guess we're going to 2.
Okay then. Fox.
Well, friends, we've been live streaming silence for your benefit so that you could enjoy it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to eat plenty of cheese.